The Proton Pack is not a toy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Proton Pack is not a toy. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Mack's Factory Pneumatic Bellows Actuator Switch, which you may just know as the Bellows or the shock mount or the ion knob. But before I get to that, let's take a look at the different ways that this part was mounted to the packs in the actual movies. The Bellows can be installed on a Proton Pack in two ways depending on which movie style you're replicating. In Ghostbusters, it was mounted from behind on a bolt through the center of the bumper. It has recently been confirmed that the bolt did not go all the way into the shell. In Ghostbusters 2, the cap of the Bellows was drilled out and a long bolt with slotted dome head was inserted from the front, this time going through not only the Bellows and the bumper, but also a spacer and a newly cut hole in the center of the cyclotron, secured by a nut on the inside of the shell. All existing hero packs from the first movie and semi-hero packs built for the sequel were set up this way. The packs in Ghostbusters Afterlife had the same configuration as Ghostbusters 2. If you've purchased anything from Mack's Factory before, you're probably familiar with the packaging and how well things are usually shipped. Not only just the box itself, but the professional way that they package everything on the inside. So as I open this up, you get your packing peanuts or marshmallows, whatever you want to call them. Packing slip with my order. As usual, you get not only the part, but also a nice little instruction booklet. It comes with an individual number there on the little hologram sticker thing. And this one, Mack's Factory is calling the Pneumatic Bellows Actuator Switch, which is kind of a mouthful. Like I said in the intro, a lot of you will know this as just the Bellows, or in times in the past we've called it the shock mount or the ion knob. Basically, on the cyclotron with the bumper going across it, it's the nose of the face of the Proton Pack. That's the way I always see it. So, before you start, it gives information there, pre-installation instructions. If your bumper does not already have a hole, I show you how to measure that up so that you're putting it in the right place. And then it shows you how to basically put the screw in, thread it in from the back, and tighten it with the Allen wrench, and that's it. There's not a whole lot to it. Comes with your Allen wrench. Comes with the bolt for mounting it from the back side of the bumper, as well as a little lock washer that I'm having a little trouble getting to the edge there. There you are as well. And for the main attraction, we have this very shiny new part to add to my newest Proton Pack. What's cool about this one, the pack that I have behind me here, the Bellows that I've always had on there isn't really a Bellows, it's just a machined part, and so it's just made of aluminum. This one actually flexes and has a spring internally, and it also has a threaded insert for this bolt to go into. So it's going to stay in place, and though it has a little bit of give, it's not really going to bend completely. There's this part in Ghostbusters when Ray's getting into the elevator, you can really see a very severe bend in the Bellows on his pack, and that doesn't look like that's going to happen with this one. It does have a little bit of a rattle inside of it, probably because of the spring and that threaded insert as well. The end caps are made of steel, and then we do have this very bronze, what is called the natural finish. On the website, if you go to buy one of these from maxfactory.com, you'll have the option of purchasing one with the bronze finish on the outside, or you can get an aged one that is still the same material, but it's been pre-weathered or pre-aged for you, so it's going to look more silverish or tarnished on the sides. And for me, if I was going to be starting off and building an Afterlife pack or a Ghostbusters 2 pack, then I would choose the aged one as I start building that kind of a pack, just because the point in the story where those packs are used, those parts are going to be weathered more in universe. With my goal of my Max Factory pack to be basically a brand new Ghostbusters 1984 Proton pack, I went with the one that had the least amount of weathering, so basically brand new look from the outside, and this will weather over time. So it'll kind of get a little patina, maybe tarnish a little bit, similar to the way a penny would look, but it's not really going to turn green or turn into anything that's going to be off-putting, but it's going to, you know, show a little bit of age the longer that you have it. So from what Aaron Mack told us on one of the threads on Facebook, that this part is identical to the Hero Ghostbusters 1 parts that they used, except that this one does have that threaded insert on there. Alright, I took the aluminum bellows off of my Ghostbusters 2 pack over here, and I cheated on mine a little bit when I decided to really convert it over to Ghostbusters 2 style. I liked the way that this part looked, and I hated to damage it or drill through it. And so instead of drilling a hole through the front to put the long bolt through, I already had it mounted with the long bolt coming from the inside, because this was before we really knew clearly that there was not a bolt that started in the shell and went through the back of the bellows for the first Ghostbusters movie. Anyway, so I really didn't want to change the way that this one was mounted, and so what I did was I went to Lowe's and I found what were called license plate screws or bolts, I don't remember which, but it's the right shape, it's the right size, it's got the single slot in it, and I just cut the actual bolt shaft off of it and just kept the head, and then I super glued it to the top there. So this one still mounts from the front onto this pack. But anyway, I wanted to show you how this one is just stiff, as you would imagine, and then again you see this one has some give to it and a little bit of bounce, and then you can see the size and the color difference, and then the way they look on the back is pretty similar as well. The Max Factory one having some of the stamped information that you would expect to see on there. If you're interested in mounting yours Ghostbusters 2 style, but you hate to drill a hole through it, you might do that as well. Just go get the right kind of bolt, and then alter that so you don't have to actually alter your part. And that's a different way that you can do it. I thought I would do here is, before I mount this on my Max Factory shell, I can show you the way it looks mounted onto a finished Proton pack. So that's going to look real nice and really catch the light in a way that the all aluminum colored ones don't. And then as they naturally weather over time, it's going to really show more of an authentic look for your Proton pack. With the two different varieties that they have listed on the website on maxfactory.com, there are two different prices. If you get the natural finish, it's $64.99. If you get the aged finish, it's $69.99. To compare that to something else that's on the market, Ghostbusters Fans does have a bellows that looks very similar to this one, and it sells for $50 from gbfans.com. That one is a little bit different. I'm not sure that it has the spring action on the inside or the threaded insert. Instead of the steel end caps, it does have aluminum, but it's going to be a similar size, similar shape, and the finish is the natural finish. They don't offer the aged finish on GB Fans. So that's out there as well. I've never had one of the GB Fans versions of this, but a lot of people do like that version. And without me having any experience with that one, I can't really offer anything else in comparison other than to let you know that it's out there, and the price is different, but take it as you will. If you're a person that's buying all the Max Factory stuff to build a specific Max Factory pack, then you're going to want to get the one that they're offering right now. If you're mixing and matching and kind of kit bashing your pack, you might want to decide to save 15 bucks and get the one from gbfans.com. Up to you. I've gone either route before. I'm really going with all the Max Factory parts as much as I can get for this current pack build that I'm doing. In my previous pack, it was whoever had things for sale at the time or a better price. I was being picky about that. So there's really no wrong way to do it. Just wanted to let you know what the options are out there at the moment. Alright, now it's time to go ahead and put the new Bellows onto my Max Factory bumper. This is the idealized version that Max Factory sells, and there's also a legacy version that does have direct lineage to the Superhero Proton pack. I chose the idealized one because I wanted to have the ability to basically start fresh, like I said, to have it look like a brand new pack. And the legacy one is going to have all of the wonkiness and scratches and the weathering that would have occurred over time, from the point that they did have the opportunity to really work with that legacy shell and the parts. So I wanted mine to be the idealized version. They really don't have an idealized and legacy version of the Bellows itself, just the two different ways you can get it, either natural or aged finish. So I don't have it all the way tightened down on there because I am going to most likely paint this pack, but I did want to kind of dry fit it on there. So there it is, attached to the bumper. And since I have an idealized shell, why don't I go ahead and put it on there as well. So there you have it, the Bellows there on the bumper, on the Proton pack shell. And you can kind of see right there, you can kind of see that there is the slightest of gap in between the bolt on the back side of the bumper and the shell itself. I don't have that tightened down all the way, so when I do get to the finish line with this, that'll be a little bit tighter, and there will be a little bit more of a gap there. But you can kind of see the way everything is dry fit on the back there. The only thing I have added here is this old crank knob that I moved over from a different pack. I didn't buy that from Max Factory, but I'm excited about it. It just makes it look so much more like a Proton pack when you have those two parts on there. It gives it the face, you know. And hopefully this year we'll be able to get some parts from Max Factory a little bit more regularly and get this closer to, like I said, closer to the finish line. And I'd love to get some more metal parts, motherboard, booster, you know, all the different tubes and stuff. And but I'm happy with what I have so far. This part itself, the Bellows does get the Proton pack is not a toy buy rating. It's really cool that it does have a little give to it, and you can get it to the finish that you want it to be. If you want it to look brand new, or if you want it to look like it's an older pack, they basically have got the two weathering options there for you. So that's handy to have, and I'm happy with my purchase. And if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll pretty much anytime we do get Mack's factory parts, I do a review with what I have so far, and just give my honest response to what I get and what I see. And I'm not giving any kickback or any extra parts or discounts or anything like that. I give you my honest responses and let you decide for yourself. If this is your first time watching the channel, check out some other videos. I'm sure there's some stuff there that you'll enjoy. And if you do find stuff you like, if you would subscribe, that would be awesome. It'd really help me out. And then you wouldn't miss any more videos when we do get more Mack's factory parts. So I appreciate you watching this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a good one.